tolerate deliberate deception and offensive threats on the part of any nation.
I will make you understand.
Hey everybody, I'm Tony Jones, and welcome to the Tony Jones Show.
It's not enough. People are willing to take the risk. It's just sort of a herd mentality, a lemming-like mentality. If you don't go with the flow, you're anti-American and therefore a suspect.
The Tony Jones Show, featuring punk, rockabilly, psychobilly, and Providence, Rhode Island's finest, starts right now.
He's a dangerous militia member, I hear. Oh, and there she blows.
Lies written on the wall. It's the same thing you've read 1,000 times before. You don't know what you'll find when you see it, when you see it. You don't know what you need to believe it, to believe it.
And the waves came crashing down, and I cannot see your eyes. When the time comes to a close, then I hope it ends tonight.
You see me lying on the floor, in the same place you found me all those times before. You don't know what you'll find when you see me, when you see me. You don't know what you need to believe me, to believe me.
And the waves came crashing down, and I cannot see your eyes. When the time comes to a close, then I hope it ends tonight. 'Cause I cannot feel your pain, and I die to laugh again. 'Cause no good could ever come from pretend. These are the usual signs. I've heard your words 1,000 times, and I see straight through. You swore to me you'd never lie. I know you tried, I know you tried. Don't wanna love you, but I do.
You see the lines written on the wall. It's the same words you said when you could have had it all.
And the waves came crashing down, and I cannot see your eyes. When the time comes to a close, then I hope it ends tonight. 'Cause I cannot feel your pain, and I die to laugh again. 'Cause no good could ever come from pretend.
Friends, the time for mediocrity in broadcasting is over. My name is Tony Jones, and you're listening to the Tony Jones Show, your destination for talk and rock. With me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. George Garner. George, sitting gaily close to me. Good evening.
Sitting gaily close to you by necessity.
We need a bigger studio.
We are in a cramped studio.
You think I could-
We have worthy guests who it bears to be courteous to. So, yes, I'm acting out of necessity. I am not trying to cuddle next to you like a Papa Bear or something.
I think
No.
that's okay because I have a lot of people who would like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That would appreciate your closeness.
And I would be more than happy to indulge them. It's just that Tony Jones is now one of them.
Maybe you could sit on my lap. We could do a howdy doody routine.
Okay. Well, maybe you could save that for after we leave.
If maybe we could get them to knock this wall out of here for us, so that way, because
that would be the solution. A bigger studio.
In a very few weeks' time, we have the Volcano Kings back in this very studio. Just a gigantic, 100-piece band in the
horn section and all.
Yeah,
correct?
I know. We're going to be cozy.
A horn section?
We're always
Wow,
always cozy here. So what's new with you, George?
I know it's not much is different and new. I guess what's new with me is new with you. I mean, virtually unparalleled success with Tony Jones and the Creed 3 lately.
And gigantic. I want to thank everybody because we did. Do you think anybody cares about numbers? But I always mention the numbers.
Yes, they do.
Do you
because
think anybody cares?
Yes, they do. Because if they hear the large numbers, it makes them more eager to tune into our show and or appear on the show.
Well, then, huge numbers last week with Michale Graves, and I want to thank you all for that. And we will have Doyle on the line in a few weeks, so we'll keep that going. And
there's quite a few misfits left to go.
And I can't stay off from Michale Graves. Just a complete class act, and it was fantastic to be able to catch up with him. But let's stop living in the past. Let's get to this show.
Okay.
Because we do have a worthy, lovely, and talented guest in studio. Is this your first time in Providence?
It is my second time in Providence. The first time was many moons ago when I was a child. I came to my Aunt Rena's wedding when I was little. But other than that, no, I haven't been around. Nope.
Now, and
my life.
I hate to... Man, my headphones are really weird, and when my headphones are weird, I'm weird. But
that makes sense.
I hate to get on my soapbox, but
go on.
I took the time to put together a fantastic show for Providence last night, and in my humble opinion, a little bit of rain kept a lot of people. When did we, as a society, stop leaving the house because of rain? It's depressing.
Yeah, well, I think that people are getting more and more lazy. They like to stay home and watch all of these mundane TV programs and not move their fat asses to support even their friends. And I will say that it was barely a rain, if you want to call it that last time.
That's true.
It was it was not even a drizzle. I know because I spent plenty of time outside smoking. And, basically people just suck. And they don't, they say they support you, but then, the time comes and, no one's at the wedding, man.
See, I knew it was only a matter of time before we had a guest that said out loud exactly what I'm usually thinking.
I'll say whatever the
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say that, did I?
Now, and on that very topic, George, we didn't put out, Vague Records put out a very silly video of us this week, or last week, and it has 11,000 views.
YouTube views in 1 week, exactly.
Why can't 11,000 people leave their house and go to a show?
Because their seat and their computer is closer than the venue.
Yeah, I guess that's
true.
true.
Closer to the fridge. If you just attach, if people knew if they came to your show that they could attach their iPhone and refrigerator to their left arm, they would be maybe more content.
Unfortunately, that's probably coming. I mean, I could see that.
Well, actually, I can see a good side to that, too, from the point of view of us performers, which means that we don't have to leave the house either. We can just videotape our performances in the kitchen.
I think it's a great idea. I'm all for that. Sure.
So I have a track queued up. I'm going to play some tunes, and we'll come back. We'll talk some more. Okay. And you're going to play live in studio for everybody. But
yes,
you brought for me and turned me on to Susan Said, who I can't picture where I know them from. But
well, you do know them. Susan Said, they've been playing around for a while. They're an awesome band. Sue Said, a very dear friend of mine. She's a fantastic performer, great singer, songwriter. Her songs are really talking about saying things that you'd like to say. Susan sings the things that you only wish you could tell people.
Oh, and by the way,
What track are you going to play? I'm just curious which one.
I have number 5 queued up, which is Bleed.
Bleed is actually
I thought
one
that
of
was
their
a
most
cool
popular
one.
songs. And in fact, I remember hearing a few years ago, way after this album was made, a song done by the new version of Jane's Addiction, which sounds real similar in some areas. If you think about it, and you know your rock history, as some of us do, and you have an ear, you may also hear what I'm talking about.
So put that in your head as you hear this track. But after this
knowing
track,
it's Susan Said, the original, the great, the legend of New York City.
why can I not place where I know them from?
Because you're
Probably
just
because
not...
I've been out and about all weekend, and we'll leave it at that.
It'll come. Did you see her picture inside of the record? Then you'll know.
Oh, yeah, maybe that'll help, because I
open
might be
it up,
looking for
and
that.
you'll see a beautiful, well, they're all beautiful pictures of Susan. She's stunning. But she is a rocker, woman. There's no one that can match Susan. There really isn't. For all of the reasons why we love rock, or any woman that has the balls, whatever that means. Actually,
I've always
she
thought of that as a
doesn't have the
contradiction.
balls,
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
tell you.
Why is
I
that?
know firsthand that, getting back to your original subject, which had nothing to do with being transsexual. It was just about your gayness.
So here is Susan Said, and this track is called Bleed. You heard it right here on the Tony Jones Show.